Greetings, my fellow Tarnished. It's the Ash Erdtree. Welcome back to Elden Ring. First thing, my apologies for the absence again. I just started my new job, working at the library in Haarlem, and yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's been good though. It's an awesome job. Finally happy with where I work, though. Yeah, my last job was A-okay as well, but couldn't really do that as much as I would have liked to, having moved back to the center of the Netherlands. But anyways, found this job here and have been enjoying it. But it has been a lot to get into the new flow, so I haven't had much time for recording. So my apologies for that. Once the flow is back in place and there is some level of order in my life, I'll be back on recording more frequently. Now, on to the actual episode. So I was told in the, Shaman Village episode, that one, which was, that was a cool, cool lore drops. I was told to go back to where I found the Oh Mother gesture, which was here in the Bonny Village. Now, what were they doing in the Bonny Village? Well, this is the place where they were chopping up people and putting them into jars, or at least that's what the Greater Potentate stuff was insinuating. I'm gonna pull up the Greater Potentate knife. Great knife, was it? There's two weapons that look exactly the same, and one of them is the Greater Potentate one, and the other one is the Sacred Butchering Knife, so the Bonny Butchering Knife here. Weapon of the Greater Potentates of Bonny Village, an outsized butcher cleaver used to dismember human bodies in the making of great jars stored in the jails. We have the same statue here that we found in the Shaman village. So remember how I said, I think something awful happened here? You just got this feeling from it, and there was nothing really to insinuate that something awful happened here. I think I know what happened. I think they were taken by the Hornsent and brought to the Bonny Village, as in the Shamans, Marika's people, and slaughtered here to turn into jars, or to be turned into the jars. So thank you to the comments telling me, there were a few of you telling me to check that out. Yeah, I stand by it. There seems to be some divisiveness regarding Marika. I'll get to that in just a second. Once I kill this guy, I gotta concentrate. These guys aren't, they're not too hard, but they do damage. And fighting him here is a bit... Also, I'm totally out of stamina. Oh, hi, and there's a bunch of these other guys. That's the problem here. There's all these guys coming after me. I don't know where I'm retreating to right now. Damn it! Alright, one more hit. There we go. I have to deal with these. Just throwing shit at me, that would be great. Alright. Heal. Okay. So there's definitely some divisiveness in the comments regarding Queen Marika. And I think it's pretty unambiguous that Marika did some awful shit. She perpetuated the Golden Order, which, was pretty oppressive to anything that had any sort of relation to the Crucible. Now, I still stand by that the Hornsent are related to the Crucible, and I kind of am starting to believe that the Crucible exists somewhere in between the Lands Between and the Realm of Shadow, that both the Erdtree and the Shadow Tree are grown from the Crucible somehow. Now, I'm not sure on that. That's purely conjecture at this point. I don't really have any evidence to support that, but we have clear influence of the Crucible in both realms. We have the Omens and the Misbegotten, and pretty sure there was something else too in the Lands Between. And here, of course, we have the Hornsent and the Divine Beasts from the Land of Shadow, which have pretty direct connection to the Crucible. Now, as it stands, my current theory is that Marika and her people, the Shamans, the Newman, as she was called as well, though Maybe more on that later, I don't know. Still trying to figure out where that all comes in, that they came from another world, but maybe the other world just meant here. Anyways, Marika and the Shamans were abused by the Hornsent. They were maybe captured and taken, which would explain why the Shaman village is completely abandoned. They were brought here and butchered into jars. Somehow Marika escaped, and somehow she managed to attain this power from presumably this gate that they were talking about. Also in the trailer, we saw this occur. She took some sort of power, the power of the runes, from this weird, blasphemous-looking gate, which I think has something to do with the serpents. That these twin serpents, it's also very, you know, in theme with Miyazaki and, you know, Dark Souls, the man serpents and all that. So I think Marika stole some sort of power and then used this to basically become a god. Now, Joseph, you in the comments were mentioning that Marika was worshipped here. Now, I haven't seen too much. I mean, there's the stakes of Marika, so maybe that's what you mean. But there's also all of these beheaded statues that we found everywhere. And beheaded statues, I have to draw some sort of connection to the beheaded statue here in the Bonny Village that we found, which is of somebody. Marika's mother, maybe? I'm not sure, but... Anyways, yeah, you were mentioning that Marika was worshipped and treated as a god by the Hornsent, and that she then betrayed them. And that's a reason enough to, you know, say that, you know, she's pure evil. I don't know about that. I have to, disagree. Unless, you know, it's of course pending. I might uncover something later that, makes me entirely agree with you. But from the information I currently have, and, don't correct me on information if it's something I haven't found yet, if you, follow what I mean. I think... whatever she did, like whether she was actually worshipped here, and it is possible, like she became a god. It's feasible that the Hornsent started worshipping her, and then she betrayed them. Like she put herself into this position to enact her grand revenge, which is a, you know, it's an evil thing to do. I will agree with you on that. However, I can fully understand her motives. Like the Hornsent butchered her people. Maybe she was just playing some long form of revenge and, you know, put herself into the position where the Hornsent revered her and then betrayed them. But I still don't necessarily think that she was worshipped here as a god. Like, we see instances of the stakes of Marika and a couple of other references, but it's possible that Marika was actually just worshipped by, like, a small group of people in the Land of Shadow, rather than the Hornsent themselves. Because the Hornsent seem pretty... like 100% all in on the Crucible and the Divine Beasts and all that, which Marika was very much against. Now, doesn't mean she could have pretended to go along with that early on, but I haven't seen any evidence to suggest that there was. If I have evidence, either in my inventory or if I've come across something and I'm forgetting it now, then by all means, do point that out to me. And I will take a look at that and then theoretically rescind my stance on the matter. But where I stand right now is, yeah, Marika, you know, obviously a deeply flawed, troubled individual, but kind of understandably so. And the whole taking the revenge on the Hornsent, you know, it's perpetrating the suffering, or perpetuating, sorry, the suffering that was inflicted upon you, which is never something you should do. Obviously, like, if your people have suffered greatly at the hands of another people, you shouldn't go around and, you know, go inflict the same suffering onto the people that inflicted it onto you. Obviously, the ones that actually, like, did it, okay, that's another story. But then onto, like, their people, you know, not all of the Hornsent participated in this. It's just probably a small group of them. But, yeah, so one should never, you know, perpetuate the cycle of suffering. One should always strive to be above it. Isn't that right? Certain, you know, nations of the world right now. Don't really want to name names, but, you know. Yeah, so it is, however, kind of understandable. You know, I don't agree with it, but given the setting, given the brutality of this world that, you know, power is gained by the sword in this. This isn't the modern world where there's, you know, other methods by which to gain power and justice for wrongdoings and everything. In this world, power and justice are attained through the sword. So I can, yeah, like I said, I can kind of understand where Marika's coming from. But we'll see. Maybe there's more to it. But that is basically what I had to say here regarding the Bonny Village. So thank you to everybody that was pointing that out, and thank you to everybody having a discussion in the comments about Marika, regardless of how you feel about her. I think it was interesting to read, and you know, thanks for keeping it relatively civil. Obviously, heated arguments on the internet to get a little bit rambunctious, as they say. You know what? Hold on. Before we go anywhere, there was an item here. This is the whipping hut, and we got an item from there. Suspiciously near the village. I kind of want to quickly take a look at that. I believe it was a weapon. A whip, obviously. And I want to quickly have a look at that. Maybe that's going to give us a little bit of extra lore. I totally forgot about that, but I just saw it. It was the tooth whip, right? Whip bestrewn with rotting mischief and teeth, filthy and seething with disease. The teeth are embedded in the whip and dose the victim with deadly poison upon each strike. As the wounds ripened, they grow inflamed and ooze pus. The flesh of shamans was said to meld harmoniously with others. Okay, so this was relevant. I think this just further confirms that, like, the shamans were horrendously tortured here. But what the fuck does this last line mean? The flesh of shamans was said to meld harmoniously with others. Yeah, the teeth embedded in the whip. Okay, yeah, right. The jars, of course. The flesh of the shamans is used as, like, the red gooey bits to... Oh, it's the binding. So the jars, as we know it, it's like... There's one main person in the jar, and then a bunch of other warriors, or prisoners in this case, stuffed into the jar as well, and they all kind of form into this amalgam, at least presumably in most cases with the single person that was, you know, the jar was built for, being the predominant consciousness, or being like the only consciousness. Like, we have no evidence to suggest that it's at all a, like, amalgamated consciousness. It's just the body inside the jar, or whatever the fuck it is an amalgamation. This is implying that the shaman flesh, that there was some property to it that allowed it to combine the flesh of others, so the flesh of the prisoners. So the shamans were basically used like the glue in this shit. So that's why the Hornsent did it. They couldn't create these jars normally. So they had to use the shamans. So that's at least a bit of a justification, other than that they were just being bastards. It's not a good justification, mind you. It's still an awful fucking thing. So don't assume that I'm like, oh, well, you know, then it's okay then, because they needed it to make their jars. No, the jars are horrible. And the Hornsent are horrible for doing it. Yeah, no, this only reaffirms my... Yeah, I stand by it. Marika was right. This... Partly joking, but partly not. The Hornsent are fucked. Yeah, the Hornsent are kind of awful. Like, they took these people and massacred them, mutilated them, not because of some crime, but because they needed their flesh to create these already abominable things. Why are they creating the jars? It's some afterlife, right, for their own heroes. At least that's what it was in the Lands Between, is like, the jars are like the end game for certain, like, warrior heroes. They get put into the jars, and they become the dominant personality so that they can continue fighting. It's, you know, basically dreadnoughts from 40k, but somehow a little bit more grim, if you can believe that. So the Hornsent warriors you know, would receive the jar treatment at the end. But in order to facilitate that, they had to, of course, use a bunch of prisoners, and then also the flesh of shamans, in order to create that. So they were just sacrificing tons and tons of people, doing absolutely horrendous shit, so that they could have their little afterlife ritual for their warrior elite. That's fucked. Yep. Kinda wishing I could go back and be like, hey, Mesmer, let's not kill each other. Can I just have some fire? Because, oh man. Alright. You know, not forgiving what Marika did after all of this, but certainly providing a bit of context for the horrible things she did. Anyways, we're gonna go do something else now. There's a jerk dragon that we need to go and deal with. So we're gonna go, curse you, Bayle. I know how to summon Igon for this fight now. Somebody let me know that you actually summon him in the arena, which is weird, but, okay. Go do it. How many runes do I have? Not enough for me to care about losing. What armor do I have? Let's make sure we're fire resistant. That was the golden braid. This is, what does this do? Holy damage negation. Don't think we need to worry about that. So we'll put on the Flame Drake talisman. I don't think we need the cat talisman anymore. What will I use? Vastly boosts physical damage negation. I think I'll take that. We'll take this and Rolano's cameo. How much fire resist do these flammable-looking rags provide? Probably not very much, I would reckon. So maybe I need to equip something else. The dancer's dress offers a bit more fire resist. It's not much more, to be fair. But, you know, we gotta look cool. That's, we can't just go in there wearing, like, no, there is the fire and the mesmer armor. So we could wear the Fire Knight armor. Though, weirdly enough, the Fire Knight armor does not offer more fire resistance than the shitty flammable-looking rags that I'm wearing, so make of that what you will. In which case, maybe we just leave this. We'll see if there's, like, a better helmet, because this helmet is from a different set. So I'm sure there will be something better in the Mesmer helm. It's going to do it pretty well. We don't have the really cool-looking Fire Knight helmet yet. There's one cool one, this one. That does offer 4.4, but what about this? How does this look with this garb? A little weird. So, you know what? I think I'm going to go with the Fire Knight garb, the Fire Knight gear. I mean, it's red, and we're the Red Herald, and at this point, I'm kind of like, you know, I'm not quite Mesmer did nothing wrong, but we're getting there. We're getting there. You know, don't perpetuate the violence, but, well... Okay, where's the... Well, Mesmer's gauntlets. Screw it, we'll put those on. They don't look like anything. They're completely, absorbed into the armor. Some armor sets have weird interaction with each other, I will say. What the fuck is the Fire Knight gauntlets? So they're lighter armor, right? They're not gonna be one of these. And the Gaius gauntlets look pretty... That's pretty cool. I'm not even fat rolling. You know what? We're gonna go like this. Screw it. Let's do it this way. All right, Bayle. What do I need? Items. I'm absolutely bringing Curseblade Mira. Mira's a beast. Hi, you're just right here. Can you instantly attack me? Kind of. Yes. But it's dodgeable. Over on me. Alright, I gotta find the summon sign. So that's gonna be our first attempt here. It's probably just gonna be figuring out where the summon sign is, my lord. Probably. Okay, I couldn't heal. Alright. I pressed the pouch button to try and heal, but it was just like, no. Okay. Well, that happened. Okay. I think I need to summon... I need to find Igon first. Okay. Alright, where are you? God damn it. What even hit me? Where is the summon sign? Okay. Bit tricky. You are one large dragon. You look very... Oh, I like the arms. It's like the jagged... Still don't see the summon sign anywhere. Just gonna sprint away. Hope for the best. I hope I didn't, like, get too far in the game or something that it's no longer available. That would suck. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. I'm having a little bit of I don't know, controller weirdness. Okay, I survived that. Something, never mind. Because I was trying to heal again, and it kind of did this weird jump. So hopefully that's not a persistent problem. But I guess we'll see. Or do I need to kill those two dragons that are out in front? Maybe I need to do that, and then the summon sign will appear. How do you dodge this? It seems very hard to dodge. And then I heal, and I get hit by that. Okay, well that's not good. Oh wow. That covered this whole area. I really don't know where he is. I can't see him either. That was close. So... yeah, maybe shouldn't have rolled away from that. That would have been better. Okay. Okay, alright. Very lungy boss. Like, where the fuck is the sign? Kind of hard to keep a lookout. Nope. Alright. Not avoid that. I'm gonna hug the edge of the wall here. It's gotta not be, like, on this side of the field all the way on the other side, right? What would I take my eye off you if you attack me? Very rude. Panic roll. Alright. Very good. Again, I'm literally just trying to figure out where this fucking sign is. Not actually trying to fight him right now. But, maybe it's in the middle? Guess that would make sense. Where? How do I look for it without getting slaughtered here? Okay. Okay. Tail swipe, huh? Okay, right. Okay, you're gonna tail swipe me again? But joke's on you. I'm out of range. Alright, what are you doing? Not today. Igon, where the fuck are you? Because animations are not super hard to dodge, and the attack frequency isn't huge. Look, it's got like one just arm that's like a bone blade, and the other one has been severed. Very cool looking. One of the cooler looking dragon bosses. This one I'm having trouble with. Okay. I don't know, man. Let's see how much damage we do. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna win this, but we'll try and fight him solo. Heal. Can we stay under him? Wow, like almost nothing. Oh yeah, and then he does that. It's not too much damage though. So that's nice. Igon, are you there? There he is. He's literally right in front of me. Okay. Do I continue attempting here? How many heals do I have? I have only 3 heals. I think we're just gonna go, I'm gonna last as long as I can here. We'll memorize the moveset a little. Alright, okay, well that's gonna do it. Alright. Yeah, this is one tough boss, so hopefully summoning Igon will help with that. What we gotta do is summon him, then bring out the Cursed Blade, and then we should be good to go. So he's literally right here. He's right in front of me. Classic.
Curse you, Bayle!
So good. Alright, and he did a lunge this time.
I hereby vow you will rue this day. Behold,
Too early.
a true Drake warrior, and I, Igon.
This guy is so
Your
awesome.
fears made flesh.
He's so cool. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening. I can't see anything. Okay, nice. Good at aim there. Alright. I could switch to the bow. I don't have my bow. Ow! That's mean. Alright. I have my bow somewhere. Alright, let's pull away here. Can you attack the other people that are actually doing damage to you? I'm just an innocent bystander. Alright. Now let's get him. And you get poisoned. Hi. I think it can. Am I poisoning it? Or is somebody else just hitting it?
Solid of scale you might be,
I think he's poisoned.
dragon. But I will
Dude, look at him go.
withhold your rotten hide.
I wish you could target
With a
something
hail
other than
of
his head.
harpoons. With every last drop of my being.
Okay, we're doing damage. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get hit by that. I was committed. Okay, what are you doing? He's switching. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. This is cool. Wow. All right. Okay. Whoa! Alright, Igon. Oh, is Igon? No, that was Mira. Okay, that's fine. Where's Igon? I have no idea where Igon is. I can't tell if he's alive or dead or something in between. I don't think we ever could, to be fair. Alright, dodge that. Ouchies. Ran right into that. Incorrect. Oh boy. He's coming. What the fuck? Holy shit! Oh my god. Okay. What's going on? Hit him. Get him in the face. Right in the noggin. Okay, what's happening now? Run! Oh boy. There's fire death lightning everywhere. Oh my god. Okay. You back to normal? You okay? Shit. Okay. Try again? Damn it! I don't have time to use the Ash of War. Quick. Got him normally. I'm standing in lava right now. The floor is lava. Repeat. The floor is lava. Ow, tail. Okay. Dodge. Damn it. Alright. We did pretty okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm speaking early, but coolest dragon fight yet? In, like... I mean, Dark Eater Meteor was pretty cool. I was gonna say in FromSoft, but Dark Eater Meteor was pretty awesome. So I don't know if this is cooler than that, but this is pretty good. So who do I summon first? I think I'm actually gonna summon Mira first. Then you can do that. Did that work? I don't think it worked. So, that was weird. I summoned but didn't. Something's wrong with my controls or something. I don't know. Get him! Oh yeah. I got him. Just panic rolling here. No strategy whatsoever. Alright. Okay. What's the radius on this? I think it's reasonable. Alright. Let's get him with the toxic arrows. Did get him. Hey. Away.
Solid of scale you might be, foul dragon, but I will riddle with holes your rotten hide. With a hail of harpoons! With every last drop of my being!
Dude, Egon's so fucking cool. Absolute madman. Wow. Okay. That was close. Uh-oh. I came to the wrong place. Okay. Alright, he's going. Ow. 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 What is this? I can't even see him. So he just flew off the... Alright. That was a little bit unfair, I will say. That death I didn't like as much, because he went off of the map. I don't know if he flew over the rocks or through them. But either way, it broke the lock, which made it so that I couldn't see what he was doing while getting pelted by other stuff, so... Yeah. Okay. Still can't avoid that. Alright. Well. And didn't avoid that one either. Nice. Okay. Let's just pull away here for a moment. Mira, can you distract him for like 1.5 seconds? Okay, does that work? Yeah! Okay.
I hereby vow.
We could throw some
this day.
big ol' rock pots at it. Did we miss? Okay, hit him. Let's get him like this. Or not. I think I hit him.
Made flesh. Solid of scale you might be, foul dragon.
Okay.
But I will riddle with
How are you doing?
your rotten hide.
Okay, we threw some good old scarlet rot pots, and I think he's been rotten. Now let's also get him with the, I just kind of have to aim it like this. Yeah, it's working like that. That didn't hit him for some reason. That did. Alright. Where is he? Hi! You're right behind me. He's right behind me, isn't he? Okay. Oh, it's so cool! Okay. Didn't break lock this time. So I guess if you're too near the edge, it can break lock, and I don't know what to do about this shit. Okay, I am alive, technically. Let's maintain that. We're doing better than the time I did. That was close. That was less close, but I did hit him. Okay, keep panic rolling. Seems to be the strategy here. Okay, keep on it with the bow. We could try dragon hunting harpoons, but I didn't fucking equip them. If I die, I'm gonna equip them. Like, we have them, and this will be the time to use them. Even if they're not scaled right for me. Hi. Saw that too late. Switch to sword. No, bow was doing the job. And honestly, screw honor. Archery is an honorable sport. Down he goes. Okay. More to this or not? No, that seems to be it. Wow.
Bayle the Dread.
Where are you?
You shall haunt me no longer.
Dude, you have an insane-looking bow. Alright. Heart of Bayle the Dread. The biatrial heart of Bayle the Dread. Dotted with horn-like gravelstones and glistening with deep red liquor. Gorged upon this at the grand altar of Dragon Communion to absorb Bayle's power. The purest form of communion in the words of its priestess. Okay. We've defeated Bayle the Dread. It was a pretty cool fight. So let's head to the altar of Dragon Communion. Where was that? Let's eat. Oh, he's gonna be there. Okay, so we probably have to go to the foot of Jagged Peak, and then yak back our way over there. Let me have a sip of my delicious coffee. Shit. It's possible that I was over-leveled. I thought that was something. But, either way, not too bad of a fight with Igon's help. I think without Igon's help, that would have been a fucking nightmare because of how much health Bayle has. But, with Igon's help, that was pretty doable. We're gonna go talk to Igon, and then, I think, go to the altar of Dragon Communion. I don't know where he is, or what he's doing right now. He's presumably screaming at Bayle, would be my guess. Or he's just dead, lying on the ground in front of us. That's also possible. He could still be screaming, though, while being dead. Well, buddy, we got his set. A raggedy-ass looking set, to be sure. And his bell bearing. What did he sell stuff? Bell bearing of Igon, Drake Warrior. Oh, he sells Igon harpoons. Offer to the Twin Maiden Husks at Round Table Hold to gain access to the following. Okay. Loincloth of broken Drake Warrior Igon. Stripped from a corpse found in the aftermath of the battle. This scrap of cloth smells utterly foul, thanks. Gauntlet of broken Drake Warrior Igon. No more than a mishmash of tatters and remnants stripped from a corpse found in the aftermath of the battle. Armor of broken Drake Warrior Igon from a set comprised of a miscellany of parts. You don't often see the word miscellany thrown around, but it is a word. Filthy belongings are attached to this tattered piece of protective wear. The poor scavenger of battlefields found honor through Dragon Communion. Okay, so he was just a scavenger and became a Dragon Warrior, or Drake Warrior, by scavenging Drake parts, or scavenging armor parts, and partaking in Dragon Communion. That's pretty cool. Weapon of Igon, the Broken Drake Warrior. A great bow fashioned from 2 dragon bones bound with coarse rope, covered in gashes left by claws, imbued with Igon's obsession, enhancing the power of Igon's harpoon. Skill, Igon's Drake Hunt. Skill of Igon, Drake Warrior. Ready the bow before unleashing a twisted shot with a great bellow that considerably enhances its power. Alright, so you can scream and shoot an arrow. How good is it? It's a strength weapon. That's to be expected. And the armor set, I mean, why don't we take a look at it? It's gonna look pretty haggard, I think. To be sure. Yeah, I don't know. Probably better to wear pants in battle. That would be my personal choice if I were to go into battle. Maybe we can switch up our armor a little bit. I do like some of the other armor sets. That's kind of cool. I wish the metal was a bit darker. Consort's mask. But it's kind of alright. I like it. We'll go with that. Well, off to the Altar of Dragon Communion, which was somewhere. Dragon Pit Terminus, maybe? No, it was here. There we go. Let's go there. So, Igon has finally allowed himself to die. I don't know what his beef was with Bayle. Maybe we'll learn that in item descriptions here. Oh, is the Dragon Priestess dead too? Did she also just vanish? Priestess's Heart and the Flower Stone Gavel. Okay, we getting all kinds of stuff here. Priestess of Heart, or Priestess Heart. Turns human frame into ancient dragon and boosts dragon cult incantations. The stone heart of a Dragon Communion Priestess. Well, used while disrobed to turn one's human flesh into an ancient dragon, so we can become like her. The change cannot be undone except by death, so this is very much like the Lamenter. That's cool. I like these little transformation things. Using this heart while already transformed temporarily boosts incantations of the capital's ancient dragon cult. The priestess was once an ancient dragon herself, but sacrificed that form for feeble flesh to aid in the destruction of Bayle the Dread. Interesting. Weapon of the Dragon Communion Priestess. A dragonstone hammer resembling an ancient flower. The 4 petals and flower's core are all sharp, ending in points, and are capable of dealing heavy damage to dragons. I want to equip that just to look and see how big it is. I reckon it's going to be oversized, knowing most blunt weapons or mace-like weapons in the game. But I'm very much hoping it's not, because I think it looks cool. Otherwise, let me it's not too bad. Like, it is oversized for sure. Like, you're never wielding that as a normal human, but it's not ridiculous. So that's kind of cool. Alright. It's not too bad. It's arcane, actually, but it's more strength related. So, I won't be using it, but its ability is, Flower Dragon Bolt. Calls down the red lightning of the ancient dragons to strike a target. Deals lightning damage, and also temporarily reduces the target's lightning damage negation. Can be charged to increase its power. Interesting. Very cool. Alright. Let's re-equip the whole blade of the bud. Let's actually use that for a bit. But let's, first, check out the altar. Communion with Bayle. The Bayle Tyranny. read the things here. One of the greatest Dragon Communion incantations. Harnesses the fearsome power of Bayle the Dread. Channels the form of the Dread Dragon to emit a mighty roar, accompanied by a heatwave burst causing violent eruptions of fire in the area. Even after being consumed, the throbbing heart of Bayle continues to resist its subjugation, never weakening. One day, the fire within will consume the very body and soul of its communion devourer. One day. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Bayle's flame lightning, so that's what he was using against us. Channels the form of the Dread Dragon in right arm to smash foes with an exposed talon bone coursing with flame lightning. So, yeah, this is his, like, arm bone sword thing. Even after being consumed... Okay, says the same thing. That's pretty cool. Arcane 53. Fuck it, we can actually use this. I'm gonna take this, because that looks fun. Alright. Ritual of Dragon Communion. Can't do anything else here, so... let's see here. Can I equip it? So we have... Let's memorize spells here. We can get rid of the poison armament, I think, and attempt to use the, so insufficient free slots. How many... Okay, so this needs 2 slots. That's fine. And we'll, remove both of these. So I want to at least see what it looks like. I hope it's good. So often these, like, boss incantations kind of suck, which, honestly, how do you keep fucking up the balance on this, FromSoft? Like, you'd think they'd have figured out how to balance these things a little bit better. Make the boss stuff feel good. You know, I understand making it not overpowered, but... Sometimes. I don't know. I don't understand. More communion, but however, our communion decks are sitting pretty nicely, so we're going to actually just give ourselves more vigor. We got to get that up to a nice number as well. Alright, let's check it out. What do we need? So, we need our ritual implement. No, we can't, huh? Why not? So we need the actual Dragon Communion ritual implement then. Right? Is that what's... I have the Dragon Communion seal active, actually. It's already the one that I was using. So why can't I use it? In the wrong area? Is this like... I feel like I can't, Yeah, alright, now I can. Interesting. So you can't actually, like, do stuff there. Okay. Well... I wasn't aware it would be that big. Alright. It's a good amount of FP. Okay, what do we do now? I think we've done quite a lot. Let's quickly go back to Letta. See if she has anything new to say. Because aside from that, like, we could explore more around Shadowview. I don't know if there's anything else or any other reason to go back to the Shaman village. Probably not. Let's go to Shadowview and head up towards that big ol' arch. See what there is to be found over that way, because we didn't go that way yet. I think. Maybe we did. It's been a little while. But we'll check it out and see what there is to be found. Okay, so that's going to be exactly this way indeed. Okay. Well, horse yak thing, let's go. What are we going to find up here? This giant arch thing. Like, I don't know what this is. It's got like a crescent, an upturned crescent top. I'm gonna get a good look at it. Hello, what are you? Albinoric Wolf Rider? What? Excuse me? What are you guys doing here? Are you... I mean, you're hostile, right? I'd rather not kill you. I don't... Respect to Latenna, but if you're gonna shoot at me, I'm gonna kill you. We just got Gaius's pants from her. A black iron greaves made for Commander Gaius. A cruel joke, for he could not wear them. Riding atop the boar, he called his other half. Gaius was in fact a warrior of albinoric extraction. What the ever-loving fuck does that mean? A warrior of albinoric extraction. So he was an albinoric, but the male albinoric are, like, stunted and deformed. So he's, like, part. He has albinoric blood, but he's otherwise a human. He couldn't wear pants, apparently. So that explains why why does she have them, though? Does she just carry them? Saucy. Let's, an interesting predicament we've just uncovered. Truly, there are great secrets in this game. Why was this albinoric wolf rider carrying Commander Gaius's pants? One of the great questions of Elden Ring. Okay, so we have all kinds of stuff here. Oh, these are things that I can harvest. No, that's just a blessed bone shard lying there. Okay, but there's blessed bone shards, and there's these weird, dead-looking shadow sunflowers, and then whatever the hell this is. We're gonna look at that in just a sec. Maybe this is where you need to burn the thing. Okay, so the blessed bone shards are inside these little skull piles. That makes sense. Cool-looking area. Let's go massacre the eagles. I'm gonna look around this side of it, too, and then we're gonna head through the arch, actually. I don't know, maybe something will happen if we go through the arch. This isn't the arch that Marika did the thing in, though. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't look all blasphemy-like. I mean, the scale is maybe right, but no, this can't be it. This is something else. As to what it is, I have no idea. But we got some items here. This Erdtree chalice. And we have some Erdtree... a lot of Erdtree fragments. Okay. Alright. I guess that makes sense. So, we just... This is suspicious. I reckon there's something we gotta do here. Let's try the Ring of Mikola. Okay. What other... There was Oh Mother, but I don't think we'll get Oh Mother. Surely they're not gonna have us use the same one twice. Was there a specific Erdtree emote? We already got the May the Best win. All of these other ones are like... Ah, got it. The Patches squat. It's gotta be the Patches squat. 100%. Okay, not seeing any results here. Do we have an item that we need to use here? Maybe I need more Erdtree Blessing. Maybe there's like a cap. That would be weird. But I don't know. Hold on, there was something else here. Saw it. Oh, more Blessed Bone Shards. I mean, we're taking all of these we can because they're super rare. There's a lot of them here. I reckon they don't respawn. But regardless, nice to find all of them. Like, a little bit of a lore? Just kind of environmental storytelling? There doesn't seem to be anything here. What if there's something down off the side? We can't get up there. Oh, these are shadow sunflowers as well. Oh, look, dead birds. I wonder what happened to them. Yet another mystery. Much like Gaius's pants. Okay. Not sure what to make of this place. Maybe we'll come back here later. Though, I kind of feel like we're approaching the end of the game. We still need to burn the thing. So maybe I'll go burn the thing. Or I'll end the episode soon. Probably do that. We'll have a look around this plateau. There's a suspicious-looking building here. Though we did just fight the Albinoric lady here. Ah, there is something in it. Okay. Albinoric shack. Sharpshot talisman. A talisman depicting an archer wielding a longbow. Boosts attack power of precision aimed shots. Okay, so if you, like, actually aim them. That's cool. The Albinoric archers were in a class of their own, and their deadly long-range specialists struck fear into the hearts of men. Yeah. Yeah, they do. I remember Ordina. Not fondly. Ordina was hell. Yeah, alright. I mean, I don't know what else is to be found here. There is some sort of large bridge. No, that's just the bridge going to Rao. And I'll be dead honest, I don't really want to go to Rao again. I did not like this zone very much. The upper part of Rao. The lower part of Rao was kind of cool. But the upper part of Rao was rather disappointing in terms of enemy variety and locations and lore and basically every reason except for Ramana. Yeah. Quickly check along this side of the cliff and see if there is something to be found. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Then, where do we go? It was on the other side of the Church of the Bud. And we could burn this thing. But first, let's actually talk to the Hornsent Grandam. We did defeat another divine beast. Maybe she has something to say. Also, we killed Mesmer, so we kind of avenged her people, even though... Yeah, you know where I stand on that. Alright, here we go. Do you have anything else to say?
Heavens, great and gallant sculpted keeper, I know it in my bones. Thy deed is done.
Yep, okay.
A worthy deed, no doubt, to bring our foes what surely was deserved recompense. Oh, heaven hath borne witness to our plight. Thy gleaming wrath and unparalleled dance. Though a trifle it might seem to thee, I have prepared a dish in celebration. 'Twould please me much if thou might partake. Partake, until thou art sated.
Okay. Gourmet scorpion stew. Alright. I guess I'll partake. Yeah, I feel like I should be saving this, but she did say eat it. And a wise locust once said, I shall partake. So we're gonna do it. Always listen to the locusts. Okay.
O sculpted keeper, I offer my thanks. Thou danced with passing wrath and beauty, such that rightfully avenged we would be. I have never known such joy as this. Sculpted keeper, oh great and wert thou by this old maid unduly pushed into facing such labors as thou didst? Has our grave resentment fettered thee? With such bounteous fury didst thou dance? I cannot presume thou didst not suffer. Please, I ask thee, allow thyself some rest. None of the tower would dare interfere. And if one should, I'll see to them myself.
Okay. Guess that means go to the site of grace and rest. We'll do that. She's kind of hinting that maybe the power folk are no longer hostile to us. I doubt that. They've never done that in a game before. We also have like 1,000,000 Shadow Tree blessings. So let's do that. Yeah, we can use 3 of those. Increase it. Yeah. There we go. Nice. We're at 17. Our power grows. Alright, so are you guys hostile? You lie. Alright. Is she asleep? She is.
Apologies, O noble visitor. But wouldst thou permit me a little rest? Mine eyes are oft apt to glaze over. The years taking their toll, 'tis plain to see. Even telling dream from reality is a task increasingly beyond me. Apologies, but wouldst thou?
Okay. She wants a little rest. I reckon that means we come back later. Which means, in the meantime, we'll go to the Letta. I don't think anything will have changed, but you know how it is with these games. Some obscure thing. You know, maybe we tread over those 3 blades of grass that will progress Letta's storyline up near Shadow View. I don't know.
I've come to a realization. There's ample evidence. I'm quite mistrustful.
Yeah, okay. We get it. You're paranoid. Oh yeah, there's all those furnace golems. They drop tears for the flasks, but there's no lore to be gained, and honestly, I don't like fighting them. They're very tedious to fight. If they gave lore, if the tears gave lore, I would do it, but the tears don't give lore, and there's a lot of these guys. And honestly, the gameplay... You know, again, I'm less of a gameplay person and more of a lore person. Yeah, now, I guess... There's not much more to be done. We could... Let's quickly go back to Manasmith's here. And see if... something's happened there. Like, we killed Ymir. And the Mother of Fingers. Maybe there's something new going on here. Okay, so she's here. Jolan. Hello.
Count Ymir, the stars, the sky. I see them not.
Oh, we can give her an iris. Okay, hold on. I need to read what these are again. We could do this also with the other guy. But I need to check what the irises were before I use them. I think they're under tools. They are. We have 1 iris of grace. Place on the eye of another to grant them the light of grace as a fleeting blessing. Or we can place on the eye of another to deny them light in all its forms. What do you want,
The
actually?
night is ever dark. I need the stars.
She wants the iris of grace.
Give me light.
Iris of grace. Will be nice. She, Hell, we were nice to, fucking... What's his name? Page boy haircut. The Fire Knight, who was an asshole. We'll absolutely be nice to her, because she wasn't really an asshole. She was standoffish and, you know, mistrusting of us, but that's fair. Yeah, Iris of Grace. There's your light. Hopefully it's the right light.
Oh, it blinds, as if our night simply never was.
Oh, Sword Hand of Knight Jolan. Okay. Ashen remains... Yeah, okay. Spirit of a sword hand granted light by the Iris of Grace. Wields a sword of bottomless black that penetrates the enemy's guard. Though it was not by the shining star that she had longed for, thus was her night illuminated. But this was an at times blinding light, and threatened to expunge the night entirely. Yeah. Marika and the light of the Golden Order is something else. It is antithetical. I don't know if it's necessarily antithetical to the Glintstone and all that, but it's certainly opposed to the Knight. In a way, though, there was an alliance, of course, between, you know, the Carrions who are associated with the Knight and the Golden Order. So, no, I rescind my statement. It's not antithetical. It's just... They're opposing forces in some way, but I guess they can work together. After all, it didn't seem like she was particularly vexed by being blinded by the light. It was kind of like, you know, it was. Alright, well, that's done. Is there anything else? Anywhere else? What was this? Ah, yeah, this was one of the statues that you can duplicate graces at. Don't really feel like there was a whole lot else to explore. For Terminus, main gate cross. Then it's just a matter of, you know, we head to the Church of the Bud. And I think this is probably where I'm going to end the episode. It's been over an hour, so... We'll head to the Church of the Bud and at least be in a position where we can light those thorns and make our way into the weird shadow castle in the sky above the Tower City. I'm still not sure exactly what that is, but we shall see. Either way, exciting. Here it is. I think we can light up the ceiling tree now with Mesmer's Ember, right? We have that. Should be under key items. Where would it be? Right here. Mesmer's Kindling, yeah. The kindling that burned inside Mesmer the Impaler, a dark thing eaten away at by a wicked serpent, burns the ceiling tree said to be found at the old Rao ruins. Mesmer, much like his younger sister, bore a vision of fire. Younger sister as in Melina. So Melina fits into all of this. I said it with the base game, and I'm going to say it again here too, and I could be completely wrong if something happens later in this DLC that counteracts what I'm currently saying. I feel like Melina is such a fascinating character, but she is underused, and it was a disappointment in the base game. Like, there could have been so much more from her. Because finally we have, like, a Shrine Maiden that seems to have an objective of her own. Okay, Emerald Herald in Dark Souls 2 did. Emerald Herald was pretty cool. And, you know, the Firekeeper in Dark Souls 3 was interesting, very interesting in her own way, as was the doll. Like, none of those characters were bad, but Melina is the first one that truly has her own agenda and isn't just serving you for one purpose or another. But we just don't get more. Like, there's so many instances where I feel like there could be some sort of interaction, or where she could appear, and, like, doesn't have to give any more concrete lore. Like, I think it's fine as it is. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like she could have been in the game a little bit more. And I do understand I missed a lot of the interactions in the base game. And I have watched those since then, and experienced a few of them in a secondary playthrough. Didn't, obviously, finish the game again, but yeah, so I'm very much hoping Melina will appear in this DLC, and I feel like with this connection, or at least this hinted connection, that she is the younger sister of Mesmer, she should, and if she doesn't in one way or another, or at least some further hint of her, like, she doesn't need to physically appear here. Obviously, this takes place after you burn the Erdtree. Otherwise, I don't know if you can do the Moog stuff before then. Maybe you can. But either way, like, there's a chance Melena's dead in this, or, you know, against you, or she's turned against you if you decided to use the Frenzied Flame to burn the tree down. So, she doesn't need to physically appear herself, but it would be really cool if there was something more about her here. And I feel like if there isn't, that's going to be a bit of a missed opportunity in the same vein that, you know, not using her, bringing her up a little bit more in the base game was. Anyways, those are just my 2 thoughts on the matter, 2 cents on the matter, whatever, those more than 2 thoughts. Alright, guys, I'm going to end the episode here. And in the next episode, we're going to burn the tree. There will probably be a bit of time in between this one and when the next one comes out again, because I don't have a huge amount of time to do recordings at the moment. But, so if there's something else I need to do before this, if this is going to trigger some sort of endgame thing, and if there's further interactions and everything, let me know in the comments. Again, don't spoil anything, just tell me, like, oh, go to this place, or go talk to this person, or something like that. And then I will do that before we burn the tree. Righto, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one. Ash Herald are out.